Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Leo. Leo is from Orlando in Florida in the USA. So let's see what Leo has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man? How you doing?
Hello, I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
My God, look behind you, the weather behind you, it's beautiful.
Yeah, man, that's Florida right there, bro. It's 90 degrees right here, man. In sunny Orlando, man. We don't ever get cold.
You are so lucky. I'm in London now. Actually, in London, those days has been a bit warm, but nothing compare with this. Nothing comparing.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Right, should I call you Leo?
Yeah, just call me Leo, brother.
Leo? Okay. So Leo, so I can see that you are in Florida then. Where do you live? Which part of Florida?
Orlando, Central Florida. I've lived here my whole life.
Okay. And besides this beautiful weather, what's the best part of living in Orlando?
Oh, man. Besides the beautiful weather, it's just, I travel, modeling and everything around the country, man. And there's no place as turned up as Florida, man. I can't find any place with as many crazy people who are visionaries, man. It's just so much fun here, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. I would never move anywhere else.
In 2016, a few years ago, I was working for Disney Cruise Line for Disney World. So I was on a cruise ship. So we were based in Port Canaveral.
Yeah, that's about 45 minutes from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like the closest beach right there.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And actually, I'm from Brazil, originally from Brazil, and the weather is exactly the same, the part where I come from Brazil. Hot every single day.
Hot all the time, man. We wear cutoffs and, all the time, even in the winter.
Leo, so tell me, you're saying that you're a model, so that's your full-time job.
No, I actually own Down South Enterprises, man, which is a construction corporation, man, that I started here. Was my high school job, man. I worked with my buddy, and I just, advanced myself through hard work and dedication, man, and just built that up. I also do OnlyFans, man. I do some modeling, and I started my own little website, that I'm fixing to launch, which is teamflexxx.com, 3 X's.
Amazing. You are a businessman.
Yes,
you are a businessman.
Yes, sir. I own 7 businesses technically.
Okay, Leo. So just before we start our journey, William the Magic Box, I would like to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Something interesting about myself. Let's see. Well, I just got out of prison 3 years ago, man. I did my whole 20s in prison, and I got out. I started a construction corporation, man, through hard work, and then I became a model and a professional porn star, and I just grind, bro. I'm one of a kind, man. Hard work and dedication, very in your face, 100 miles an hour all the time, bro.
Amazing. I can feel your energy.
I love positive vibes, dude. Positive vibes.
Very good, very good. Okay, Leo, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
All right.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my lovely box. Run the fun questions, okay? So I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question, okay?
All right.
Let's do it.
All right,
okay,
man, jamming.
Leo, so just before we start the game, so through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay? It's all very friendly, okay?
Okay.
Okay. First question for you is, when have you been the most happy?
Right now, man.
Tell me why.
Because I actually, during this crazy journey, man, I met my wonderful fiance who I love so much. I waited for her my entire life, man, and I finally found her, and I'm never letting her go. I have a beautiful stepdaughter now. When I marry her, I get to take care of, I take care of all my family, I have my friends, and, I keep all the negativity away. So I'm actually very happy right now in my life that I've created for myself.
Amazing, Leo, amazing. And all your family, they live as well in Orlando?
Yes, sir. Some of them live up in New York because I'm Italian and they never moved. But the rest of them live right here in Orlando.
And you grew up in Orlando as well?
Yes, sir. I sure did.
Amazing. Second question, Leo. Let's do it. Right, before the next question, Leo, tell me, for me, what do you like the most about your job? What's the best part of it? And of course, there's always a challenging part as well. What that would be?
Well, my most favorite job is being my own boss, getting to do what I want to do, you know, and since I'm a model and I'm a professional porn star and amateur porn has taken off, there's not too many of me left in the world, you know, so it's a very 0.01% of the population is that, you know, can do what I do. So I like being able to do what others won't and pushing the envelope and not getting stopped in a positive legal way, you know, so it's very challenging also because people are very envious of what I do, you know, and so misery loves company. People want to hurt you. They want to try to stop you, you know, and I don't take no mind. I don't take no for an answer. And I don't let nothing get in my way, man.
Amazing. And I think sometimes people, when they see in this industry, not just in this industry, any industry that you kind of expose yourself, expose your body, people, they tend to judge the person through what they see. And it's not like that. You know what I mean? There's always a person behind with feelings, with, willpower, with a lot of desire in life to grow, get a better life. So people sometimes they misunderstand. They need to understand that there's jobs, people, they can be whatever they want to be, and there is always a fragile, a strong person behind as well. It's a human being. That's what I believe as well.
Yes, it definitely is.
Anyway, the words, the society's voice can be strong, but our voice can be even stronger and louder sometimes.
I make sure my voice is stronger than those people right there. You can't let nothing bring you down, bro.
Very good.
You know, you got to keep on keeping on, brother.
Amazing. Very good. Next question for you is, what is the most beautiful thing someone has ever done for you?
The most beautiful thing somebody has ever done for me. I would have to say the most beautiful thing somebody has ever done for me has to be my fiance. Her name is Maxine, and I protect her from this industry, but her little stage name is Naughty Gotti, you know, N-O-T-I. So I gave her that name because I'm Leo Gotti. And it has to be that she let me in her life with no judgment and, you know, really got me grounded and focused and let me be a father to her child, and her family embraced me with open arms. And there for a long time, I thought that, you know, you have all these fans and all these followers that's so fake, man, that I wasn't going to find anything real. So I have to say that my fiance means the world to me, man. And it means the world that she let me into her heart and allowed me to love her like she loves me.
Amazing. Look you shine. You're talking about that. Look your smile.
Yeah, I love that. I love that girl.
Next question. Let's do it. Next question is, if you had only 24 hours of life, what would you do?
I would get my family together and I'd make sure that they knew how much I loved them, how much I respected them and cared for them, how much I loved that they never judged me. They always had my back. And how the rest of the world and everything sees me is not what I really am. I'm here for them, you know, and I always will be. The things I created, I leave for my family, you know, so I would spend it with my family.
Do you have brother and sister as well, siblings?
Yes, I have a little brother and a little sister.
And which person in your family you are more close to, if you feel more connected with, like the bond?
Unfortunately, I'm not very close with my brother and sister. You know, they're very different from me. You know, I made a lot of mistakes in my past that were hard to forgive, you know, on their end. I'm very close with my mother. I'm very close with my aunt, you know, but I would have to say I'm probably more close to my sister, you know, but I'm not too close to either one of them like I would like to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think sometimes we need to understand that sometimes people around us, when for some reason or another they don't, they break the bond breaks a little bit. Sometimes they need their time as well to, you know, to understand things, to build that time, to get the message. You know, just need to give some space sometimes, let them absorb the message and grow as well as a person. Yeah. I agree. Leo, ready for another one?
I'm ready, man. Keep them coming.
Of course you are. Next one. next question for you is, what do you think people need to know about each other before they start a relationship?
You need to know, I'm very adamant on, I created a life where I don't have to lie. I don't have to hide anything. I don't have to be false of any kind. I think people should be very, very open about what's going on. They should love each other for who they are, not the situations that they get through. You feel me? You know, so it's just, every situation is the same situation with a different face. You know, so I feel that people should be very, very open and honest with each other about absolutely everything, because if you truly love somebody, you don't have anything to hide. You're on this journey together. You feel me?
I see. And do you think, for example, in the business that you work, do you think the relationship, it's a quite hard for, I was about to ask to take out your glasses, you already did. Do you, so in a relationship, like working, the work you do, you know what I mean, exposing your body, do you think in a relationship, it's a kind of a challenge, or how do you manage that? How do you manage it?
It's very much so a challenge, man, because there's very, very minimal people can treat sex as a job, as a business, you know, like I do. It's just work for me. You know, we go there, I'm very professional. We know lighting, we know angles. We're there to make as much money as we can for the rest of our lives in the least amount of time. When I started this, I always said I want to do the same thing and make more money, you know? So like, I'm very lucky that I have Maxine, because she completely does not judge me. She completely, you know, and it's very hard for her. It's very hard for her to see me be, you know, I get sometimes worshipped for a living, you know, you know what I mean? So it's very difficult and very challenging on that part. You need a very strong partner to be able to do this. I've met a couple of my close friends that have wives who are also very strong women. And when you find a woman like that, you recognize it. You know, I'm very good at gathering intelligence, recognizing behavioral patterns to be able to predict how the future is going to be. So when I seen Maxine, I snatched her up off day one, you know, so it's very hard. Yes, it's very hard and challenging for our partners in this industry. So we love and respect them even more.
I think trust as well. Trust is a big thing, because
Absolutely.
She needs to trust you. She needs to trust you because you are doing a job, and she needs to trust that you are there for her as well. It's just a job. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yep. It's just a job, because, you know, I can get on my Instagram DMs and go see 1 million girls or 1 million guys, you know, and you know, so she has to trust me, but she knows that that's my job and that I'm coming home to her. So she doesn't have to worry about anything, you know?
Good one. Very good. Next question, Leo. Let's do it.
All right.
Right, you say about living Orlando, of course. Beautiful weather. You are by the beach. You know, it's always a good vibe living Orlando. But of course, there is always a challenge part to that as well. What that would be, in your opinion?
Being in Orlando,
living Orlando.
It seems that since I started this, you know, when I started this, when I got out, I was living in a camper in somebody's backyard with absolutely no money. I started this with my friend. We used to share a pair of shoes, a pair of Vans shoes, man, that was too big for me. I had to wear 2 pairs of socks so that they fit, you know? And it seems that since I started this right in my hometown, it seems that I don't get the love from my city like I do when I go to New York or Miami, because I have a condo down there in Brickell, Miami. You know, I go places and travel and everybody loves me. And I come back to my city and I see the people I grew up with, and they're all very, very envious, it seems like, but they'll never admit that, you know? So people call them haters, you know? So I have a lot of haters in my hometown, you know, that I created myself, you know, but I stay in my own lane, man. And that's what I tell them. I said, hey man, just stay in your own lane, or if you don't, you know, so, you know, that would be my biggest problem with my hometown, man, is that I don't feel the love in my hometown like I do when I travel to these other cities.
And I think as well, Leo, I think you say about, you know, I come from a very small town, and I think that sometimes we need those people as well to make us understand more about life. Because imagine if everyone loved us. Imagine if everyone, like, it would be boring. I think we need those people to kind of for us to understand that you need to grow.
You need the cold days to appreciate the hot.
There
you know
we
what I'm
go.
saying? You need the bad days to appreciate the good.
There
you know,
go.
so it's not all high and pretty women in fast cars. There's a little know-how to it.
Absolutely.
You know.
Next question for you is, if you were in a circus, yeah, which character would you like to be and why?
I would be the tightrope walker because I own a screen enclosure business in the richest part of Orlando. And so I work on these big $100,000 pool enclosures, man. And I run across those beams. I have great balance, man. You can kind of see this little small cage in the background is what I do, these aluminum structures. And they have huge multi-million-dollar ones, man, that I can just run across the roofs. So I'm very good at the tightrope. I have very good balance.
My God, very brave.
Yeah. Can't be scared, man. Can't be scared.
Next question. Okay, Leo from Orlando. Next question is, if you could spend an entire day with a family member, who that would be and why?
It would be with my mother because my mother has been here for me unconditionally forever through all my faults, all my flaws, all my tragedies. You know, I was supposed to do a much longer time in prison. I got myself out pro se working in the law library, and my mother was there for me every day when everybody else left me behind. So I will never, ever, ever leave my mother behind. So it would be my mother.
Oh, sweet. Saying that, what's the biggest similarity between you and her, and what's the biggest difference?
We are very much so alike, very much so. But in a sense that my mother is very content. I actually bought my mother her house before I don't own a home. I bought my mother her house so that my mother would have a place to live. So like, I think that my mom is very content more than I am because I'm always seem to push the envelope, push the envelope, push the envelope. You know, I always have to go 100 miles an hour, see how far I can get, you know, for my own self and not anybody else. And my mother's just not like that. But our personalities are very much the same. My mother is my biggest fan.
Wow, absolutely. Good one. Very good. She'll be very happy to see that the interview, that she got a good son. Next question. Leo, before the next question, as you're saying about your, experience in prison, when you look back, what's the biggest positive message or lesson you took out of this challenge journey in your life?
I relate everything I do nowadays in this social media life and this, I relate it all to the lessons I learned in prison. You know, prison prepared me for Leo Gotti. He made Leo Gotti who he is, So, I mean, what was it? It was the exact question.
What's the positive message positive lesson you took out of this challenge journey when you spent there? When you look back, said, okay, nowadays I'm grateful I had this challenge time because now I learned that.
I learned that, all you have is yourself. When you lay down on the bunk and you look up at that ceiling for 5-6 years, day after day, you know that you are going to be alone. When you enter this world, you're going to be alone when you end. So did you do what you felt in this life that makes you happy? Are you content with yourself when you die? So that was the biggest thing, that I was alone in an awful place for so long. Was I happy with the man I was? I wasn't then, but I am now, so, and if I didn't go through that traumatic experience, I would not be able to flourish my wings as far as I can spread them now.
Interesting. I had some guests as well on the show that they had the experience like, and they said the same as well. They said the same. Like they look back and they go like, my God, I went through that experience in my life, and they are grateful because they are totally different person. They appreciate more life. They are stronger somehow. So I think
appreciate the simple things, man.
Yeah. And I think everything in life counts, you know what I mean? Even though those difficult times, challenge time, when we are going through, we don't get the message. We just get the message afterwards when we kind of over it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Good. Next question is, interesting one. If you're not yourself, would you like to be yourself, and why?
Yes, I would like, if I wasn't myself, I would like to be myself because I admire myself. I'm happy with the man I am. I'm a completely accountable and happy looking through my own eyes, looking at the mirror. I say, that's the man that I wanted to grow up to be right there. He does everything that I want to do. I am very happy and I'm very proud of you for what you have done. Through all the adversity, through everything that you did, I admire the challenges that you overcame as a man, and I wouldn't want to be anybody else.
Amazing. And when I was checking a little bit your profile, Leo, I could see that you come across as a very positive person. You come across as this, good vibe, always spreading positivity and good energy, good vibe. But of course, there's always a part of us that is vulnerable. For you, what can make you feel vulnerable, or kind of, some days they feel like, oh my God, we have those days as well. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Even though we are positive, but even myself, we have those days to go like, okay, this is not my day. What can brings you, let's say, not down, but what can makes you feel melancholic or not like yourself 100%?
That I'm letting my family down. My family has never let me down. My loved ones have never let me down. And I don't ever want to feel like I'm letting them down. So if there is ever some time that I feel like I have done something that I am ashamed of in my own skin, that my family would be ashamed of, that would have to be when I am most vulnerable, when I can't take that. Because like I said, man, you have to be happy with who you are, and if you're not, then, you're not going to be happy with anything else, so letting my family down is my biggest fear.
I see. Next question for you. Let's do it. Come on, where is this man that I look in the videos? He was dancing with a lot of energy. Where is this man?
Hey, yeah, I'm right here, man. I'm right here. I didn't know you want me to dance with you, Okay.
I'm joking. I'm just teasing you. Next question for you is, which person do you talk to the most?
My fiance.
I knew it.
I talk to her most.
And beside her, which person would be that you are more in touch with, more in connection with?
My mother.
Again.
My mother. my fiance and my mother, the people that I am the most in touch with, that I work with, because I bought my mother her house because it was my grandmother's house. Okay, so I bought my mother's house from her aunts, when they were going to put my grandmother in a home so that my mother can watch my grandmother. A lot of people don't know that. I have no idea that I go over and I take care of my family and I watch my grandmother all the time, so my grandmother, she's got dementia, but I speak to her all the time, and she always listens, and she doesn't say very many things, but the very things she does are very, very profound from a 97-year-old woman. So you better listen to what she has to say when she does, so I would have to say that I keep my circle small, man. And we all work together, man. We're all little fingers and we work together as a fist, so like my family are the ones, my fiance, my mother, my grandmother, my caretaker of my grandmother, Miss Robin those are the people that I discuss to say, hey, this is what I'm about to do. Is it wrong in any kind of way? You know
what? I heard once that if one day you feel sad for some reason, sit down with a 5-year-old child or a 90 or 85 years old elderly person, and you're gonna learn a lot, and it makes sense.
My stepdaughter's 4, and she teaches me the world, man.
There we go.
She's very simple. I have the 4-year-old, I have the 30-year-old, I have the 60-year-old, I have the 97-year-old. So I have all that, and no matter how old a woman gets, she is still a girl. So I can see the traits as I was starting Team Flex and everything like that, recruiting people, and all these girls would try to get over on me. I tell this little girl, I've seen all this before, kid. I've seen all this before. You're not fixing to get over on me. But she teaches me a lot about life that I would not stop and look at in a simple form.
Wow. Lucky you.
Yeah.
Next one. Let's do it. There you go. Before the next question, Leo, as I can see, I can see that you are in the fitness world. Did fitness, like gym, always been in your life?
Yes, sir. I've played football and I've wrestled since I was 7 years old, since I could. So I worked out up until last year. I had to have hernia surgery. So I had to take like a year and a half off, which was especially in the model world. That's why I started my website. I was reporting everybody else. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've always been into fitness, very much so, pushing the envelope, being in the sports world. I turned down my wrestling scholarship to UCF so that I could work, so I've always been into fitness.
Okay. Next question is, what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
What makes me the most uncomfortable about myself? It would probably be the most uncomfortable about myself, because I'm a recovering addict. I was a drug addict for a long time, man. I just learned to be addicted to my lifestyle, so I've been clean for a very long time. I actually can't even count the days, man. If you think about it, I haven't thought about this. Probably been like 10 years, man. No, it's probably been like 10 years. I've never thought about that, and I guess once they say, when you stop counting the days, man, that's when So the most uncomfortable about me is that I do have that strong addiction to things, and I do have to stop and slow my roll. I do have to fight with that. I call it my black wolf, because you have a white wolf and a black wolf. Which one's going to win? It's the one that you feed, So I like to feed that white wolf, and I like to, keep myself. I work hard, I stay kind, and I be humble. So my addiction personality is probably the most uncomfortable thing with me.
Are you okay to talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When was the moment when you said, okay, I need to stop that. I need to change my life. I need to start a new lifestyle. There was something that happened, or you start to realize that wasn't good for you? You start to realize that the white wolf was stronger. Did something happen, or you just kind of naturally started to like change your lifestyle?
When I was in prison, man. When I was in prison, and there was so much negativity. That's why I like to be so positive, because I had to pull positive energy when there was none, and I used that black wolf in prison to get me through. He was very strong. And I said, when you get out at this world, you're the king in here, but you're nobody when you step out back into those doors, and you cannot live this way. And I fight with that all the time. And my fiance helps me. My mother helps me, so I knew in prison with all the hellacious things, I wear a teardrop, man, on my finger, so that I could, every morning when I brush my teeth, I can be reminded that I don't have to be that man that I was, that got me there and got me through there. I'm better than that every single day. And it's just one day at a time.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks so much, Leo. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next question for you. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what's the best compliment have you ever received?
The best compliment I have received. Let's see. God.
I'm sure you receive a lot of compliments, I'm sure.
Yeah. It would probably be the best compliment that I receive, has to be, I meet so many, I meet a lot of people that are famous, and they're all so miserable, and I would have to say that, nobody knew that I owned Team Flex, because I started this with my buddy, and he would spend half the time when we went downtown shaking hands, because everybody thought that he was the boss. But the real people would recognize, man, you are smart. When they asked me about it, and I bust out the card and my name was on Team Flex, and they would be like, man, you are very smart. You did this. I'd be like, finally, somebody sees, and it only happened a few times, so they saw all my hard work and all who was really the mastermind about that. And I really appreciated that, and they would all shake my hand and say, man, you are really smart. So that would probably be my best compliments that I've received.
Good. Right. I have 3 questions left for you, okay?
All right.
Let's do it. Leo, before the next question, tell me, those 2 years, last 2 years, the world being upside down regarding the COVID crisis, For you personally, what's the biggest positive impact that the COVID crisis brought to your personal life? And what's the biggest negative impact as well at the same time?
Well, with COVID, the negative impact was they shut everything down. You always had to wear a mask everywhere for the common cold. I never really, believed it was any worse than the dang flu, But I guess the positive impact was a lot of people were staying home and they were purchasing things off the internet. A lot of people were staying home, because it's very swampy here in Florida. So like these screen enclosures are for the mosquitoes. So people would stay home and work from their back porches, and they'd be like, oh man, I got to fix my screens. Mosquitoes are getting in. So it was very good for me business-wise about COVID. It only impacted me really positively. What I didn't like was they shut the gym down. They shut everything down. And every time I go to New York, when I wanted to propose to my future wife at the Empire State Building, they're like, do you have a vaccination card? I said, what the hell is that? a vaccination card, I couldn't go anywhere in New York, man. So I went and I proposed to her in Central Park instead. You know, so that would be the biggest negative, was they shut everything down like it's any worse than the dang common cold. So I've had COVID twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell me, you mentioned about the proposed day. Tell me how it went the day when you proposed to her. How was your emotions? How things went, if you can share?
Well, I got off parole. So I got off parole finally. And so I said, you know what? Let me just show her what I'm really capable of, because she really doesn't know. So I flew up to New York. You know, I set a couple things up, man. You know, and I just woke up that day and I said, you know what? This is the woman that I love. You know, this is going to be forever. It was very unexpected. You know, I didn't have a ring when I did it. You know, I just said, this is the woman I want with me for the rest of my life. So I called her father and I asked him if I can marry her. I called her daughter. And I asked her if I could take care of her for the rest of her life, you know, and they were very behind me. And I was very, very nervous. She loves to walk everywhere. I hate it. She made me walk in the blistering cold, you know, blocks and everything like that. And I explained to her, you know, that this can be our life forever together, you know, and it's you against the world, baby, you know. So I proposed to her in Central Park, you know, which was a beautiful place. I just felt like it was right. You know what I mean? It was very unexpected, but I just wanted her to know how much she meant to me, you know?
Good, very good. You're a lucky man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next question for you is, what was your worst foot-in-mouth moment?
Probably, I don't speak about me being in prison anymore, man. You know? So when I got out, I would tell some of the stories that would happen in there. Like I was still in there, like it was cool, and it would scare the out of people. No, excuse my mouth. It would scare the heck out of people, you know, and I would have to be like, oh man, you know. So that probably talking about that when I got out would probably be my worst foot and mouth moment, you know. And I, you know, because I'm actually a professional gay porn star, you know. So like there's been too many that I can count, but I would have to say that. But you know, so people always like, oh yeah, you know, Leo Gotti, and I have all these beautiful girls around me. I have my beautiful fiance, you know. I'm going to launch my website, which is about women, you know. And I say, well, I'm a gay porn star, bro. you know. So, you know, so there's been a lot, man. There's been a lot. I can't pinpoint the worst one. I don't think, bro.
I like you're very open. You're very
I'm very honest, man. You know, like I got to keep it real. So if I say keep it real, you can keep it consistent, man. You know.
You are in the right place. Thanks for being so open.
Of course.
2 questions left. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, next question for you is, tough question now. Tough one. How do you think you'll die, or how would you like to die if you could choose?
I would like to die in my bed, in my sleep, next to my woman and next to my little girl. You know, that's how I would like to die. You know, there's no other better way than going in your sleep. I've seen so much death in my life, man, and it's awful, man. It's awful. You know, wow. You can never forget those times. So I would have to say I would love to die in my sleep next to my woman, next to my little girl, knowing I did everything that I possibly could to take care of them. And I want them to know that too.
Oh, sweet. Ready for the last one?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Let's question. Leo, before the last question, people watching the interview, would you like to maybe start, you know, a career in the, you know what I mean, in this business as, you know, OnlyFans, or also on the, you know, adult modeling, or, you know, making movies as well? What would be your best piece of advice for those people who would like to start a career like that?
Keep it real so you can keep it consistent, okay? You know, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do ever, you know, and there's a lot of fakes and phonies in this industry, you know, so whatever your gut feeling tells you, you follow that and you stick to the plan, no matter the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows. You keep it real, you keep it consistent, and you keep going, you know, for whatever you want to do, not anybody else.
In your opinion, that's your career, what's the misconception that people has about, you know, working in this business, in your opinion? What they get
Everybody,
wrong?
that nobody's humble. Everybody's a douchebag. You know, that we're not real people, you know, that we don't work hard, that OnlyFans wasn't a 24-hour-a-day job. You know what I mean? That we, you know, so that's the biggest thing. People just think that, oh man, it's free money. You don't have to work, man. I work my man, you know, harder than a lot of people, man. You know, so that would probably be the biggest misconception, is that we don't work hard. We get paid to take pictures. It is much more than that, you know?
And what's the things that people get right? People they think about and they are right about when they see about this work.
When they see about this work that they get right. Let's see if anything comes to my head right there. What they get right is that, you know, the people that are doing it, the people that are in like in my age group, I'm 33, man. Yeah, I got to compete with 20-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like I said, it's not all pretty women in fast cars. There's a little bit of know-how to it. So like what they are right about is like, I'm Daddy Leo Gotti, you know, because I take care of everybody, you know, because I'm a very good person. I like to think, you know, that's for everybody else to say. But so like when people say, you know, you worked hard to get to where you're at, you know, then, and they can see that, because everyone thinks that I'm going to work as hard for everybody else as I do for me. So,
ready for the last question?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Last question for you is, what was the last thing that made you smile genuinely?
What last thing that made me smile? Well, just now I was playing with my little future niece and my little future daughter, and they make me smile more than anybody ever could, with all the compliments and the flattery and everything. But like, from my favorite view is from the front door looking in, you know, and all my girls make me smile. So that's what I like.
Very good. Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words, and just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
All right.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Family.
Loyal.
Money.
Fake.
Love.
Happens.
Life.
A journey.
One word for sex.
Fun.
Politics.
Politics. Agreements.
Okay. One word for religion.
It's in your mind. Mind.
Fear.
Don't believe it. Disbelief.
Friendship.
Forever.
One word for desire.
Want.
Regret.
Never.
Success.
Beholder. It's in the eye of the beholder.
It's okay. One word for wish.
One word for wish. Dedication to get your wishes.
Like that. One word for happiness.
Self.
One word for Orlando.
Homies.
One word for Florida.
Hot.
Very hot for sure. One word for USA.
Freedom.
One word for adult model.
One word for adult model. Porn. I guess, huh?
That's funny.
So the money is, man.
And the last one now. Teamflix.com.
Mine.
Great, very good. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely fiancée for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about Leo, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What she would say?
Oh, what I need to improve on. She reminds me of that every day, the things I need to improve on. She would say probably the most beautiful thing about me is that I'm very real, very honest, very dedicated. You know, I'm very loyal. You know, myself, who you see on social media, is me. I don't play that persona that everybody else plays. You know, I'm just myself. That is me on a really revved up level, you know? So, and I would think she always reminds me to stay humble, you know? And that's why we have my construction company, because that keeps me humble, you know, because this can turn you to the dark side so fast, you know? And so she very keeps me grounded. So one thing I would think she would say that I need to work on, you know, is probably, you know, don't be so quick, you know, just to open up a little bit more to everybody. Cause I keep my circle very small. I stay in my own lane, man. You know what I mean? So, but she would probably tell me that I would have to open up and give people a chance, you know, a little bit more.
If I would ask the same question to your lovely mom, would be the same answer?
I think so.
For both? Negative and positive? Yeah.
My mother would say that my dedication to my family would be the best thing that I have. And she would say that I need to work on, you know, letting go of my demons from my past.
Do you see some work in progress?
Yes, man. My life is a work in progress, man. I have big goals and big things that I'm trying to accomplish, big things I'm working on. I have sleepless nights plenty of times, you know. So yes, I just got back into the whole modeling and all that. So like I took a lot of time off and I wasn't a model for that long, you know, and I got a lot of clout from what I did. So I would have to say that this is just the beginning, bro. For sure.
For sure. Okay, let's play now Leo and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, Leo, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, let's see. What is your favorite part about this job, man?
Oh my God. Do you have another hour to talk about? Right, I'm gonna tell you something now, Leo. I was fascinating to listen to the way you describe, you know what I mean, your goals in life, what you want to achieve. So I think that's what I like the most about this Magic Box is the fact that I can connect with people around the globe, the fact that I can see people from all over the globe and they can share their memories in life. I like to see people, for example, people like you, it's funny, I'm talking to you now, I can see a different person because, you know, I mean, a different person now, like a person that when you see on social media, you have an idea how it can be. But when you talk to the person, when you look in the eyes, when you have a connection with the person, you connect with the person. You can see how you know, people, they're real people. They have so much in life to share. So what I like the most about those interviews is about let people be themselves, you know, and I can see that people that are being themselves and you know, they are sharing memories in life, positivity, challenge times as well. And I think all of us, we go through both, you know. We're gonna fall some points in our lives, and how you pick yourself up, that's the huge real challenge. And it's good to see also as well. I'm very glad that you accept my invitation and you are so open, and so I'm sure people watch the interview as well, people struggling with maybe some challenges in life now, and see someone like you, someone who went through a very tough time in your life. When you mention about prison, my goodness, that's something that not everyone else can come out of like you did. And you are, you know what I mean, my God, sharing this positivity, and you know, you are in a shape, and you are in this, you know, in a good place right now, and you are thankful for you went through that challenge in your life. And I'm sure people who maybe went through the same situation as well, and they are not in the same place as you, I'm sure they're gonna appreciate that, you know, they can see that you know, you can build yourself up, you can be you know, even a happier person, you can also be even more like you know, make more goals in life, you can be more even, you know, want to achieve more in life because you went through this tough time in your life. So I think it's good to connect with someone like real, someone that's, you know, is there open, and I can see this, and I think that's the best part of the Magic Box is the fact that I can see real people in front of me. So that's the real, what brings me the energy. Here in London now is like almost 10 o'clock. I'm going to bed soon, but just your energy, I feel like I could do like another 3 interviews without stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you gotta keep it positive, man. I'm all about positive vibes, bro, you know?
Absolutely. And thanks so much, Leo. Thanks for being sweet, and thanks for being open as well. When you replied to my message, I didn't think you would reply, but when you did, I was like, yes, he's gonna make it.
I reply to everybody that replies to me. Anybody that talks to me, I take my time and I say, even my fans that followed me back when I was broke and had nothing, and they seen me and they gave me motivation, they give me courage. I take time out of my day to say, hey man, I really appreciate that you was there for me. Not for when I was on the rise, or not for who I am now, you know, but because I am the same person, I was still this person then, and they recognize that. And I appreciate them for being real with me.
Absolutely. I think that's the best part. When you see people, when they are with you, it doesn't matter what. They are by your side or support you somehow, you know, sending message or calling or just sending good vibes. I think that's what matters. But before you go, Leo, I would like to just to share a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
Okay, I would have to say teamwork makes the dream work, man. We're all work stronger as a fist, you know? Work hard, stay kind, and be humble. You know, don't stop achieving your goals, man. Just go for it, man. And don't let anybody stand in your way, because they won't be there for you with you when you die.
Amazing. Leo, thanks so much for the interview. Regards to your lovely mom, to your lovely fiancé, to your family. We keep in touch, okay? Thanks for the interview, okay?
Yes, sir, for sure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Take care.
All right. Good night,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.